Yes, all right. I'll be there. Thank you very much. I'm going to have to leave. Would you please make sure that there's someone with Eden all the time? Of course. Thank you very much. I'll be back, darling. And I'm going to come back with some really good news, I promise. So help me God.
Miss Benedict, where were you on the evening of November 26th?
I would have to think.
Perhaps I can help you. We met that evening at the Orient Express. Mr. Timmons came and spoke to us.
Yes, right. We had a meeting, and I think I was a little late because there was a storm and a blackout that night.
Was that the only reason?
I'm sorry?
When you arrived, you were soaking. I suggested you have a brandy.
Yes, that's right.
Miss Benedict, over the months, I have told many people how reliable you are, prepared for any contingency. And yet that evening, with a violent storm raging, you had no umbrella.
I'd misplaced it.
Oh. Is this it? I should warn you, it's been tested for fingerprints.
Yes, it looks like my umbrella.
Inspector Castillo found it in your room last night. Would you care to tell us where you picked it up from last night?
From Kelly's. From Mr. Armitage's house.
Did you leave it there the night we met at the Orient Express? The night Quinn Armitage was killed. I need an answer.
Yes, I left it there that night. I knew that Kelly and Eden hadn't been getting along very well, so I thought I might just stop over and try and cheer Kelly up. But nobody answered when I knocked on the door. And it was raining very hard, so I thought I would just wait until the storm subsided before driving back. So I tried the door, and it was open, and I let myself in. And I guess my umbrella was wet, and I just left it there and didn't realize that I left it there until last night.
Did you see Kelly when you entered the room?
No, I didn't see anyone. I called out to Kelly, and then I heard a shot.
You heard a shot?
Well, that's what I thought it was at the time. And then I saw Kelly at the top of the stairs, and she was staring at something. But I couldn't see what she was staring at.
Did she have a gun in her hand?
No, I could see her hands very clearly. She didn't have anything in her hands.
Yet you had just heard a shot. Had she had time to get rid of the gun?
No, she didn't.
No further questions.
Well, I have a couple. I would like to congratulate Mr. Capwell on his restraint, his lack of curiosity. First, he introduces a surprise witness who could answer so many questions, and then gives us such a cursory examination. Well, I would like to dig a little bit deeper. Ms. Benedict, I'd like to get to know you a little better. What is your permanent residence?
300 Park Lane.
Wouldn't it be faster to say that you live at the Capwell Mansion? That you work for them? That you live there? But are so much more than an employee? Kelly's maid of honor, Mason's right-hand lady, the brunette daughter that C.C. never had?
Objection.
Establishing bias.
Overruled. But watch your tone, Mr. Timmons.
Would it be accurate to state that you are a very close friend of the Capwell family?
Yes.
That you are in fact their foster child?
Yes, I am.
Would you say you loved them?
Yes.
Good. Well, Mr. Capwell would like to keep us all dangling, but I'm going to spoil his suspense. Miss Benedict, when you saw Kelly, Mirable Dick 2, at the top of the stairs, gunless, what happened then?
I heard footsteps, and I was scared.
Of course you were.
So I ducked back into the foyer, and I saw
Go on, we're on the edge of our seats.
Eden kind of dragging Kelly down the stairs. It looked like she had passed out.
And Eden? How did Eden look?
Objection. Calls for a conclusion.
Sustained.
All right. Let's stick to the facts. You said when you saw Kelly, she didn't have a gun in her hand.
Yes, that's right.
Did you see anyone who did have a gun?
Objection. This was not covered in direct. Mr. Timmons is out of order.
Oh, come on, Cap. Well, get real. You produced the surprise witness. Your Honor.
Overruled.
Did you see anyone who did have a gun?
Eden.
Pardon me?
Eden.
So, Kelly was found with a gun with a silencer. And you have just stated that you heard a shot and saw Eden with a gun. Did that gun have a silencer?
No.
So, now we have a close friend of the family who is saving one daughter by incriminating the other. A woman who is in a coma, unable to defend herself. Go figure. No further questions.
The witness may stand down.
I'm sorry, Cece.
We'll talk later.
Your Honor, I would like to introduce the forensics report on the gun found in Mr. Hunt's apartment. Gun that has my client's fingerprints on the trigger. It clearly states that there's not a trace of gunpowder on the print, and the pressure points in the print are not indicative of the trigger actually being pulled. They are indicative, however, of somebody pressing the print onto the metal, which suggests, of course, that somebody else fired the gun that killed Mr. Armitage and then pressed the gun into my client's hand.
It's all right. Kelly's free. Everything's gonna be fine. I didn't kill Quinn. We just need to concentrate on who really did.